A note about the examples that I've provided for you to see and get ideas regarding this digital prototype. As I've mentioned before, don't take these examples seriously. Get the examples as this is what it can look like, but it's not going to be truthfully what yours will look like. Some examples are really, off the charts. They are way too much. I don't want you to be measuring up against, those examples, because you and I work together to kind of like bring down the idea to something that would be manageable for this particular class this term. In many occasions, these examples weren't submitted to me, so I'm not entirely sure how well they actually met all the requirements. And the other thing, and this is something that came up in the midterm evaluation, right? Some of you mentioned that the use of examples that weren't quite meeting the requirements were maybe that wasn't that useful. And I agree. The problem is that every semester, every term, we look back at the experience, and if we identify areas in which we need to modify the documents to better help you guys understand the assignment, then we do modify it, and that sometimes includes modifying the requirements. And so that is the reason why it's so hard to find examples that will truly match what you guys are required this particular term to submit. So, I've never been too much a fan of providing examples, even though I know students always ask for them. My experience in the past is inevitably students tend to model the examples, and that is not always a good thing. So I have agreed to put these examples here with the disclaimers that I've put, and please understand that it's just not possible to provide examples that will match your criteria, because your criteria have been revised based on what we've learned from previous iteration of this course. So my best advice is, take a look at them if you must, but don't use them as exact models for your own work. And if you think it's not going to be useful, just disregard them altogether. I'll be fine with that. I think that if you take the assignment requirements document, the video explanations that I provide and all that, you'll do a good job, even if you've never seen the final version of what you're expected to do. So I really apologize for that, but it's really not an easy task to provide an example that really matches the criteria.